Welcome to Basic Dad, the COVID-19 series. Today we're going to do some baking with pastry chef Georgia. She's here and we are going to be making a meringue layered cake. It's something that's really super simple and very, very delicious, but takes a lot of time. So when you're under quarantine, you have the time, so let's just do it. So we're going to show you how to make a meringue layered cake that has whipped cream and strawberries, and we're going to eat it for dinner. And it is what, George? It's good. It's probably better than good. Okay, so let's get to it. All right, so we're going to begin and we're going to show you how to make meringues. It's one of the most simple things to make. All it is, George, is what? Egg whites, which we're going to teach you how to separate, and sugar, and a little bit of vanilla, and some cream of tartar. Okay? So first things first, we're going to show you how to separate the egg. We've already done a few, but George is going to show you how to separate an egg. So she's cracking it, and the key here is to make sure that none of the yolk gets in there. In fact, make sure that there's no oil or fat of any kind in your egg white mixture. We are putting our 6 egg whites in here. Very, very simple. And in our way, we actually pour all the sugar in, but you're going to see how we're going to dissolve that. And we put the mixer down, and we turn it on really low until it's just incorporated. And then we're going to go over to the stove where I have a little bit of warm water on the stove, and we're going to whisk this for about 3 minutes over a hot water bath, and that will dissolve all of the sugar crystals in there. So come to the stove. Okay, so as you can see, Georgie is mixing the sugar and egg white mixture in a warm water bath, and all we're doing here is we're slightly heating it up a little tiny bit to melt that sugar so it's not gritty, right, George? Mm-hmm. All right, so our sugar is fully dissolved, and now we're going to whip this. And it takes a while because you need to whip this into really stiff peaks. So we're going to put our mixer down, we'll lock it in, and then we'll put this on. I will add a 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar and a couple drops of vanilla just to give it a little something, something. So here we go. And I think we are almost done. So let's turn it off. We have thick peaks. George, look. Yes, perfect. So we have our meringues that are whipped, and we're going to make 4 layers for our cake. We're going to make them each layer the size of a side plate. We can fit 2 round layers on a baking sheet. What we're going to do is we're just going to use a pen, and we're going to go around. We're going to draw a circle. Don't worry, we're going to turn this over, so we're not going to eat pen. So we're going to put a circle, and then we're going to do this one. Perfect. All right, so here are 4 layers of meringue, and we're about to put it into the oven. It's going into a very low oven. The oven is only 250 degrees. And how long are we going to bake it for, George?
30 minutes.
30 minutes times 2.
60 minutes.
60 minutes. We're going to bake it for 60 minutes. So 250 degrees for 60 minutes. And then after 60 minutes, we're going to turn the oven off and leave them in there for a good 2 hours. Hi, welcome back with Basic Dad and Georgia, and we're going to assemble our layered meringue cake. Our meringues, they bake for how long, George?
An hour and then sit for 2 hours.
They bake for 1 hour and they sat in the oven for 2 hours, and they're ready and they're perfect. And we're basically going to assemble almost like a lasagna, but a really delicious lasagna that involves strawberries and whipped cream. So here's what we're going to do. We have some whipped cream here that we've made. We'll just put a little down on the bottom of the plate. And then we'll put our first layer on. And George, you want to put some whipped cream on top? We also have sliced strawberries we're actually going to place on each layer. So. There it is. What do you think? It is amazing. It's leaning a bit, but that's okay. That's okay. That is our meringue layered strawberry cake. All right, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Cutting.
I love cake.
Cutting. And? George? What does it taste like?
Strawberry wonderland.
Will, what's it taste like?
Heaven.
Heaven. That's good. Okay, Wonderland and Heaven. George, what's it taste like?
Good.